Okay, we're here. It's been a minute. Checking on this. It's been sleeting and snowing and raining and winding, and everything's a mix. Everything is looking good. There's no standing water. Let's see if my little siphon thing is wet or dry. It's dry. Let's put my finger in there. Don't know what I just done there. Anyway, I hit a button. I put my finger in the drain hole and it's bone dry in there, as much as it's been raining. So, bone dry. Absolutely wonderful. And we've got a lot of rain here the last few days. Then it's turned cold. Like I said, it's sleety, snowy, miserable mess. First chance to come up and look at this in a while. I got my LED lights. I'm going to be putting them on here. And as I suspected, I'm going to have to relocate my registration letters and numbers. The nav lights will go in through here. And I will probably be relocating them down, the numbers and letters down lower. So, yep. I don't want to put them too low, the lights. You know, if we should hit a tire or a bumper or something on a dock, it'll hit them. I want them a little higher, so it's protected by this bit of a gunnel there. So, I'm going to have to relocate those, and that ain't a problem. We can do that. Still a little drafty out here. You can see the covers blowing. Got a little sleet mixed in this, little wet snowflakes. Everything's looking good though. She's bone dry inside. The frame is good and strong, holding up. Absolutely tickled to death with it. Like I said, it's been windy. We've had a lot of rain. Good deal. Now we're going up here to the health department to get some more COVID tests. Miss Sonia got the COVID last week, right after Thanksgiving. Got sick. You know, we called in for the medicine. Just put a picture of it up here. I started taking it, and it dramatically helped. Stopped at the health department, got a thing of the dreaded C-word tests here. You're allowed 6, which are 6 tests, or 6 boxes per this box. We have Miss Sonia there. She's wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. She just got up, and that's fine. We're retired. We punch our own time clocks. Anyway, as I was saying, she got sick last week. Monday evening and into the night, she developed a fever. Tuesday, she was sick, and it was a different sick. So we done a test, just because we had them. You know, we're on that Medicare thing, and they send you tests. So we done a test, and focus. We done a test, and I laid it down on her end table there beside her chair. I seen a couple of lines, didn't pay it no attention, and she come off with an exclamation that we won't repeat here. What is this? I got to look, and that's the indication of a positive test. So we repeated the test, and it come back hot. Next day, she was even sicker, really pretty sick. Wednesday, really pretty sick. That morning at 8 o'clock, I started pursuing that medicine, which a picture will be up here. Took 12 hours to get it and find a place that had it, get it filled at that place, and then go get it. I don't know if they're that short of it due to the illness going around, or they just, places just really don't carry much of it. No idea. Anyway, she started the dosages that night. 12 hours later, I don't know that there's improvement, but 24 hours later there was. So 24 hours, look, you know, in that 24 hours she hit the peak of it and then started on the tail end of it. I tested negative. You'll see my test in a yellow circle here. Tested throughout it, waiting my turn. My turn hasn't came yet.
Hopefully it never does.
And I hope it never does. But anyway, if you'll do the honors there and open that up and select us a test. We're going to do a test here live as we speak. As live as the recording is anyway. To see if she's tested negative finally. 2 tests in each, 6 boxes. Okay, that's a total of 12 tests, looks like. Yep, 6 boxes, 2 tests in each. Cool. Okay, we can see,
Awesome.
we can see you through this, you know, until you test negative. Yeah, it's been a week. They say wait so many days, I forget what it is. You know, and then go from when you test negative. I forget what it is, we'll have to refer to that. We do not want to spread this stuff. We really don't. We're taking precautions, okay. If she's had it and I get it, that's one thing, we just don't want to spread it. So we're being very careful about that. But she had a good dose of it, and she's getting the swab there. We're not going to show the swabbing or anything. We're not going to wait the 20 minutes on the test. We'll jump cut that, and through the magic of television here, we'll go from this point. Well, you might as well open up and do the prep. Open this. Not the liquid, it'll spill. Get yourself ready. Peel the one end. Get prepped anyway. Then we'll do the test, and we'll be back when the results are in. Let's see if she turns out negative this time. Quick look here. You do the swab test, insert it in there. 6 drops of the liquid here on it. Fold it over and wait 15 minutes. You all set?
Yeah.
She gets all kinds of gaggy and stuff when she does this, so we're not going to show this. The test part is done. She didn't react well as usual. So now we wait 15 minutes. It is 11:24. 34:39. 11:39 is your time, dear. All right?
All right.
Now, drink some coffee. Let's hope that this thing is shut and done so we can get back to living. She's thrilled. She gets to do it again, not because of a result. The other test was missing that strip. I don't know if I said it on camera or not, but I said something don't look right there with that.
Right.
It was missing that whole strip. It had the adhesive tape. We're not going to open that nasty thing and look, but something was missing there. So if you grab it up a little bit closer there, you know, you have a little more control on it. Can I tickle your brain with it?
No.
Can I get the sample?
No.
Don't you trust me?
With my nose? No.
You don't love me.
I love you.
No, you don't. If you did, it would be...
certain things you don't get to do.
If you did, there would be no limits to the trust. We'll be back. And this one looks better going in. Drama Llama there had to ham it up for the sample. I wish we could record that, but I'm not going to. Milkmaid. She milks it for all it's worth. Yeah.
Oh,
You'd think she's on a dairy farm. All right, the count now is 11:31. So we'll be back. And I do want to say I am a healthcare professional of over 32 years. She
Still
forgets
not
that.
doing
You
the
know,
nose.
I can tell her something that's going on with her. If she has an ailment or something, she will not believe me. She'll go and ask a nurse, a doctor, a nurse aide, or anybody, and if they tell her the same thing as gospel, same thing I've told her, but, you know, if I tell her that, it's just disqualified. You know, that's not the case. They can tell her the same thing, and okay, she'll take that to the bank, and you know it. Anyway, it might make you happy to know. Don't be peeking. It ain't time yet. Wait for it. Patience. Your ADHD's acting up. It might make you happy to know I swung up by the boat, and guess what I found?
Should be all intact.
Everything is fine. It is bone dry inside. You know, we've had a lot of rain the last few days.
Yeah.
A lot of rain. We're getting that sleety, snowy, slushy stuff today. And it's bone dry inside. My wick rag is dry. I stuck my finger in there, and it's bone dry in the boat.
Awesome.
So far so good. Now we'll see if it, see if how it lasts through, how it lasts through snow accumulation on it, if we get any accumulation this year. Okay, we're going to have
Got some brutal cold too, so the pipes have withheld the pipes too.
Well, they're not under a strain. They're not bent and arced and everything like
they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in a totally natural state with those T's and not bent. So that's I had concerns about that, and I voiced that. You know, when it gets brittle cold, what's them going to do under a strain like that? And one of the T's broke, so that's why we redone it.
Luckily, we found it earlier.
But your boat is bone dry inside.
Yay.
She's over there making her second cup of coffee. She just dumped a half a pound of sugar in that cup. What? I just seen her. I don't eat sugar. I eat Splenda in the very, very few things that require sugar. Well, glazed carrots and sweet taters is different. That's brown sugar. Everything else is Splenda. She's got her half and half. You can tell she's feeling better. She's pampering now. 1 minute countdown to the test results. Watch her stir it. It takes a shovel to stir all that sugar and stuff in there. You see that industrial strength stirring going on?
2 cubes.
What size are the cubes? The size of a salt block that a cow licks on?
They should. A cube would be 1 teaspoon.
I don't know why you pour it in a spoon. Just dump the sugar to it at that rate that you did. 11:46. Let's see.
50 teaspoons.
Let's see.
About 2 tablespoons.
Negative. There's no second line. You are COVID-free, finally. Negative on... I said the word. YouTube's probably going to slam me for that.
Probably, but I'll take it.
They'll put a warning and stuff up there because you ain't allowed to say that word without some sort of warning. If it was positive, it would be a second line at the sample. It's negative. You are free of the, I'm going to say it, China flu. And as my President Trump would say, the China flu.
It is what it is.
You're finally negative. If you count the days, today is the 8th day since your first positive test. We didn't test the first day. Mm-hmm. You know, you'd say, well, that's 7 days. Really, if you count the days, Tuesday through this Tuesday, this is the 8th day.
Yeah.
If you count them on the calendar over there. But anyway, it'll make you happy that the boat frame is in solid condition. We've had a lot of strong winds up here too. We have
curious.
Looking at the dates?
No, where do you think were made? Because they're still making money on us.
That communist country, you mean?
Yeah. Look at that.
What? I'm impressed.
Me too.
So,
Yay.
it's not made in a communist country. Well, we have a communist fringe in this country that I don't appreciate. Yeah, if we're in knee deep with YouTube, let's go in over our heads, you know. There are communists in this country.
There is.
But
they own some of our land.
Negative. Sample is negative. We're in good shape. I'm not testing. I have no symptoms. We're going to save those tests.
Save them.
Yeah. You know, if I had any kind of symptoms, 2 nights ago, I think it was, I was popping a fever. I run mid-97s on temperature when I'm normal. 97.5, 97.6. The other night, 2 nights ago, I was running 99.2, 99.4, in that range. And I felt a little cruddy. That could have been anything, though.
Could have been.
And a couple of Tylenol, and it was gone by the next day, and that was the end of it. Now, I have sinus issues with this changing weather. As you've seen, you know, we got nasty, cold, miserable, snowy weather in the radar shots up here. When the weather changes, when it changes for the cold, the humid, the dry, the warm, you know, my sinuses adjust. So, that's like winning a trip to Vegas. What are you going to do now? I know you're not back to normal.
Recuperate.
We're both exhausted. I stayed up to make sure she was breathing okay through the night while she was asleep, till I dropped with exhaustion. Making sure she took the medicine and everything, and monitored things. Because she's vulnerable. Now, I was kidding about the age earlier. If you remember, she has a pacemaker. She is 100% dependent on that pacemaker. Without that pacemaker, that heartbeat drops below 20, down to 10 range, and she ceases to function. And it gets worse from there. She is one of those vulnerable people. So this warranted extreme caution and extreme watching.
And there's still
vigilance.
A lung problem there too. Still.
Now let me tell you something. That reminds me, just a little bit more get to know us. When we first met in the Army, she'd come and bum cigarettes off me.
How else was I going to get to know you?
Before we was even dating or anything, I mean, she'd just come over and beat on my door and want a cigarette. Take a cigarette and run. Years and years later, late 90s, 2000, around in there, she used to climb me horribly because allegedly I was smoking 3 packs a day. I was not. When the truth settled out, she was into my cigarettes.
Only once in a while.
No, going to work and coming home, you said.
Only there just for a little bit.
And my son was sneaking around smoking and into my cigarettes.
Didn't realize that.
And she would come home every day and wonder where I smoked 3 packs of cigarettes that day. I did not. Everybody in the house, well, except my daughter, and then I've not got to the bottom of that yet,
She never did.
Was into my cigarettes. So that's back when I smoked.
I only snitched 2 of them. They're
a day.
At one point.
And, you know, I was cleaning her windshield in her car, brand new car. Smoker's film all in it, you know, and that should have told me something, and I never imagined, but her and my son was sneaking around in my cigarettes, and she'd come home and just climb me a good one because I smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day. I did not.
The 2 I snitched was not 3 packs.
If you admit to 2, it was probably a half a pack.
No.
No.
It was 2.
But anyway, back to this, she's got that pacemaker. She is vulnerable, or whatever the word they use is. So it warranted a lot of concern and a lot of vigilance this past week. It's been a long week. Excuse me. On Tuesday before Thanksgiving, I had my upper GI scope done. And that's twice a year. Now, I alluded to that, checking the boat. Yeah, my lung cancer was so close to the sternum area that where they radiated, they said there's going to be some spillover.
They did.
And that warranted watching. Now I have some cells that are changing. They're not cancerous yet on this last one. They're changing. They're precancerous. So, you know, when you see those pictures, I'll put another one up here before and after the procedure. That's twice a year. Of course, she's going to get me when I'm down and vulnerable, knocked out like you're seeing here, because it's rare that she catches me like that. You know, me being the alpha male that I am, you know, she takes advantage of that occasion. Anyway, but that's a twice a year thing. That's normal. Nothing's cancerous yet. We're still in good shape as far as that goes. But they radiated so close to the esophagus and stuff that they said that it could possibly be problems down the road. There are some changes there, and they keep a close eye on it, and that's good. Yeah. But it's like I said, it's been a minute since we've had a video out, but here's the reasons why. That was Tuesday. We had Thanksgiving dinner at the daughter's on Friday. Monday evening, she started coming down sick. Tuesday, she was sick, and we've been in this ever since then, and today is Tuesday. We didn't get anything done. You know, this was priority over anything and everything, and it has been. So with that, you've seen the boat was bone dry, the cover and the frame is working out excellent. There's no standing water anywhere. She hasn't seen the video yet. She'll see it with the rest of everybody else when it goes up here shortly. Stuck my finger in the hole and it was bone dry in there. The wick paper, the wick cloth we put in there is bone dry. After the rain we've had over the weekend and now, that's pretty good because we had a tremendous amount of rain over the weekend. So, all right, folks, one thing we do have to do, I have not drained that carburetor yet. I've not taken it off. I've not drained it. We haven't run it dry. You know, I'd planned on doing that, and then the weather changed on us pretty rapidly, and we never got the boat out again. Her boat. So I've got maintenance due on her boat. I was going to paint that axle. And there again, I'm not going to paint it when it's too cold. You know, I was counting on an Indian summer that we didn't get this year. And
we'll get it this spring.
Yeah, we'll get it in the spring. It's not like it's going to fall off or anything. It's just got some skin spots on it. You know, it's nothing rusting through. So we've still got all that coming up, and like I said, I'm going to have to relocate our registration lettering to mount those lights. So
that's going to suck.
Yeah, because for whatever reason, they don't give them things away. They're rather expensive just for letters and numbers, a pack of them. They really are. So, all right, everybody, we will see you later. She is all negative, free and clear now, finally. And now we go forth.
Yep.
We hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving and a bountiful one. Had good times with family and friends, and we did. We truly did. Before all this set in, but since that's set in, we've been holed up. So, like I said, we're not, okay, it happens. We're not about spreading it to anybody else either. And you get to see her in her robe, and underneath that robe is what I call the feed sack gown of the thing she wears. Yeah, I'm going to catch her head turned and do like she does me. I'm going to throw that thing away.
That's how you buy me a new one.
And yeah, I've had to go out and retrieve shoes and everything else. My favorite broke-in shoes I've had to dig out of the trash that she's tried to sneak off. I'm going to return the favor one of these days. So we'll see you all next time.
Bye.